When the film begins, we see a car with water streaming down its windshield as heavy rain pours outside. A girl is seen getting drenched in the rain. The scene cuts to a man named Patrick, who is at home. It is also raining heavily where he is, but he sits inside, listening to the radio. Patrick lives in a camper van, a van he uses as his home. Suddenly, someone knocks on his door. Hearing this, Patrick shouts, "Whoever's outside should leave, because I have no intention of opening the door." The person leaves and Patrick returns to sit on a chair. But a moment later, there's another knock. This time, a girl's voice says, "I need help," and she asks him to open the door quickly. Hearing this, Patrick goes to the door. Opening it slightly, he asks her what she needs. The girl explains that since it is raining heavily outside, she needs to get to the town ahead. She asks if he can give her a lift so she can reach there safely. Patrick tells her that she is soaking wet, so she should come inside. When she enters, Patrick looks at her in surprise, as though he has seen her somewhere before. Patrick asks her, "It's already late, so where are you going at this time of night?" The girl only replies that she just needs to go to the next town. Patrick even offers her a towel, but the girl refuses, saying, "I don't need a towel, just drop me where I want to go." Patrick tells her that the van has been broken down for a long time and is not running, so he cannot take her to the town. He explains that a bus leaves tomorrow morning, and she can take that bus, so she should spend the night there and leave in the morning. He also tells her that children in this town often tease him. They knock on his door and then run away. That is why, when she first knocked, he told her to leave because he thought it must be some kids fooling around. He then points out, "You're so wet, so why don't you take off your shirt and give it to me, and I'll put it near the heater to dry it." He says this while standing in front of her, as though he is trying to force her. The girl looks terrified, but she still removes her shirt and hands it to him. Patrick hangs it near the heater so it can dry. Patrick then starts asking her questions. She doesn't seem to be from around here. So where is she from? What is her purpose? And where is she going? The girl explains that she had been sleeping on the beach, but the rain woke her up. That is why she came here asking for help. Patrick is shocked at this answer because the beach is very far away, and if she had come to him directly from the beach, it would mean she had traveled many miles on foot. That would be impossible. But then he looks down and sees beach mud stuck on her feet, which confuses him deeply. Patrick then offers her a drink, but she refuses. She asks for his phone so she can make a call. Patrick tells her there's no phone here. He then takes some coins from his pocket and places them on the table in front of her, explaining that there's a phone booth a little further ahead where she could make a call, but since it's so late at night, the phone booth must be closed, which is why she has no choice but to spend the night here. He adds, "But I have the key to the phone booth. If you want, I can go there with you." The girl refuses and starts walking away, but when she sees a strong storm brewing outside, she decides to stay. She notices several women's belongings in Patrick's trolley, which makes her think they might belong to his wife. Patrick then suggests, "Why don't you take a hot bath so you can get clean, and in the meantime, your shirt will dry." He says this while once again standing in front of her in a way that feels forceful. The girl panics and reluctantly goes into the bathroom to take a bath. Just then, we notice something passing over the van, a loud noise unsettling the girl even more. Patrick wonders how the girl ended up there so late at night. She said she had come from the beach, but the beach was very far away. He feels like he has seen her somewhere before, though he cannot recall exactly where. The girl, on the other hand, thinks he keeps coming and standing right in front of me, which makes her nervous, convinced that something is wrong with him. Now both of them are suspicious of each other. They each feel something strange is unfolding. While the girl is bathing, blood suddenly begins flowing from her head, but then she regains her senses and realizes it might have been a hallucination, just a frightening vision in her mind unrelated to reality. When she comes out of the bath, she finds Patrick making soup for her. He gives her a sweater to wear. The girl asks, "Whose sweater is this?" He answers, "It's my friend's," and she immediately puts it on. Patrick then asks if she's married. The girl replies, "I can't even take proper care of myself. How will I take care of a husband? That's why I never married. I keep moving from city to city, putting myself in situations that are so hard to get out of. Like now, I'm stuck here and it's so hard to escape." She then asks Patrick why he's awake at 2 a.m. Patrick says he's too lonely to sleep. He offers her soup, but she refuses, not trusting him at all. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door, frightening him. He asks her, "Is that someone you know? Have you called someone?" She insists she's completely alone. Hearing this, Patrick looks outside, but he sees no one and realizes it must be the children playing pranks again. He quickly locks the door. Then he notices that instead of drinking the soup, the girl has poured it away. Seeing this, he understands she still doesn't trust him. That's why she hasn't touched the food or the soup. Patrick tells her, "You should have eaten because I didn't add anything to it." The girl responds, "I didn't want to do this, but I went through with it anyway because I still don't believe you." Hearing this, Patrick picks up a flashlight since the lights are out and tells her she's free to leave if she wants, insisting he's not forcing her. The girl answers, "No, I don't want to leave. Let's fix the fuse box together so the lights come back on." Now she starts to think maybe this man is harmless, and she's just doubting him unnecessarily. She tries to communicate more politely with him. They go to repair the fuse. Patrick leads the way while she follows behind with the flashlight. The light falls on Patrick's clothes, revealing bloodstains. He also carries a hammer with a shell fixed on it. This terrifies her, and she begins to think he could be a murderer. Still, she fetches medicine to treat an injury on his back. When she opens the medicine box, she discovers many earrings inside, including her own. She is shocked and doesn't understand what's happening. She immediately confronts Patrick, demanding to know why he stole her earrings. Patrick replies, "I'm seeing you for the first time. It's impossible, those earrings are yours." Terrified, the girl says she wants to leave. "Open the van door so I can go." But Patrick insists the door is already open. "If you want to leave, then go. You came to me for help, and I helped you. But now you act like I'm the villain. Why do people come asking me for help, then later blame me? It's better if no one ever comes at all. Then I won't have to help anyone." When the girl opens the door, a fierce storm is raging outside, so she chooses to stay. She apologizes to Patrick, saying she doesn't know why she treated him that way. Patrick forgives her, and they begin playing cards together. He tells her, "I was married once, but my wife was addicted to drugs. One day she overdosed and died." He explains that he first met his wife at a gas station. She had asked for help because she was hungry, so he bought her a packet of chips. That is where they fell in love and later got married. Hearing this, the girl believes him and this time accepts a drink. Just then, Patrick hears a car outside and steps out to take a look. The girl immediately goes into the bedroom because she hears a phone vibrating and hopes to find a phone there. But when she pulls back the curtain, she is horrified to find the body of a girl lying there, still clutching a packet of chips. Terrified, she realizes Patrick is indeed a killer. This dead girl was the one from his story. Not his wife, but someone he lured with chips, brought there, and murdered. He lied about her being his wife. The girl panics and tries to escape, but as she turns, Patrick is standing right there. He lunges forward, attacks her, and ties her up. He whispers, "Don't fight, it's useless. I killed the first girl with a drug. It dehydrates the body and swells the throat until death. You'll die the same way because I've mixed that same drug into your drink." Soon, the girl starts to feel weak, her throat swelling until she dies. But now comes the shocking twist. Patrick truly is a serial killer. That girl wasn't his wife. He lured her with chips just like the others, torturing her to death because that was his work. He enjoyed it. The women he killed were his prey, the ones he called his wives. And the visitor, this girl who came to him drenched in rain, was just one more victim. That's why Patrick thought he had seen her before. He wasn't young anymore. He was an aging predator who had grown addicted to cruel murders that had left him lonely and deranged. He called his victims his wives because his mind was deteriorating. Yet he often regretted what he did. And here's the deepest revelation. Everything we've seen in this story was happening only in Patrick's mind. His mental condition had decayed so much that he hallucinated his victims, reliving their murders. Many of these events had taken place long ago, but the visions haunted him, tangled with false memories he invented. He imagined this girl too, and in reality, he killed her brutally with a hammer. That's why he hallucinated the blood in the shower. The things that seemed like conversations were just fragments of Patrick's guilt hallucinations. The belongings of every girl he'd murdered were inside his van. In the end, the spirits of his victims turn against him, forcing him to consume the same lethal drug, and Patrick obeys without thinking. Finally, it is his turn to die. He is left to perish with the unbearable weight of guilt as a serial killer. But in the end, even that guilt dies with him. And with his death, the movie ends.